Hey, before I kick off the podcast, I just want to shout out Next Door Clothing. Next Door, a clothing brand based out of Bondi in Sydney. They're making really nice jeans and shirts and hats. So go and check out their full range at nextdoorsydney.com. They're also artists, so you can go and check out a range of art. They put on rad parties, and I love what they're doing. So nextdoorsydney.com for the full range. Hey, it's Shan here. This week I speak with artist, sponsored skateboarder, someone I consider an empath, someone I consider a friend, Mr. Marlon Roche. Marlon's been on the show before, probably about a year or so ago, and he's also been the co-host of many of the skateboarding related episodes I've done this year. I think he co-hosted the episode with Kieran Woolley, Sam Giles, the Next Generation crew, and he just brings an awesome perspective to conversations. He's intelligent, inquisitive, he's creative, and that's why I've been drawn to Marlon from the first day I met him. Marlon is much younger than me, but when I speak to him, there's this like maturity about him that's well beyond his years, and really age just doesn't mean anything when I'm with Marlon. He's deeply empathetic by nature. So when you're in a social situation, Marlon is that guy who endeavours to make every single person feel as comfortable as possible. He gives everyone time. When you skate with him, like he does the same thing at the skate park. He's cheering everyone on, just brings such a positive and good energy. It just lifts everyone, and before you know it, you're trying much harder than you would have in the first place. Marlon and I barely talk about skateboarding in this episode. Like, I really wanted to talk about skateboarding, but we just went on a completely different tangent, mainly around mental health perspectives. We talk about our own mental health, but we just talk about general perspectives on mental health, talk about things like smoking weed. Marlon's very open about his relationship with cannabis. We talk about psychedelics, we talk about trauma, we talk about social etiquette, and we record live to a small audience in Kingpin Skateshop. So big thanks to everyone that came out for that. As always, this episode is dedicated to my children, Clementine and Otis, and I hope that one day when they're older they go back and listen to this episode with Marlon and find the inspiration that I find from the guy every time I hang out with him. So enjoy. Terrible happy talks. Terrible happy talks.
Yeah, good to be here, man. Whoa. Go there. Dude, I'm submissive dominant lifestyle. Yeah. 3, 2, 1. Alright, let's do this.
What do you mean? Marlon Roche, how are you, brother?
I'm good, bro. How are you, Shan?
Man, it's so good to have you back on the show.
Bro, it's a treat to be back. I appreciate the invite.
Did you know last time we recorded was at the peak of the COVID lockdowns?
Because we recorded in the Kingpin warehouse. That's right. I remember that.
Yeah, illegal.
Dude, I mean, we did it obviously via Zoom, but I was at the warehouse, not working, just kicking back.
Dude, are you lying on my podcast?
Nah, dude. No, I mean,
you just said we did it via Zoom.
Dude, yeah, but also, yeah, I'm lying. I'm sorry.
But honestly, in hindsight, how do you feel about COVID now?
Well, I think it's actually quite interesting because the general restrictions, isolation periods and whatnot have shifted pretty significantly, towards the end of not caring so much. It's definitely still a thing, and I know a couple of people who have COVID at the moment, and, you don't want to, compromise anyone or any, older people, but, yeah, it's still out there, but the general, I don't feel that stressed about it anymore. I'm not going to lie.
You don't feel like you're going to die like they told us?
It's kind of in the back of my mind a little bit now. I'm not gonna, yeah. It's funny. Not that I want to take away from the severity of COVID, but it just doesn't seem as serious now for whatever reason. Maybe I'm not watching the news as much, getting heaps anxious about it.
Were you getting anxious about it?
I was getting a bit weirded out about it. I was I know I'll be fine if I get it, but what if I give it to mum or dad, and they get a bit crook or something, or someone's grandparent or something. I think there was the whole concept of not that there was fear mongering, but it was watch out. If you get sick and then you give it to someone else, they might die. And then you're oh my God, what have I done? So I think that's the anxiety, I guess I'm talking
That's the
about.
brainwashing. Have you always been? Okay, this is a deep question to start off.
I'm ready.
I mean, have you always been prone to anxiety?
Yeah, no doubt, bro. And it's not something that I ever gauged until I was a bit older. I just thought that that's how it was. Like, but yeah, I've never like taken any kind of medication from anxiety or for anxiety. I remember when I was at art school, they had free psychology. Like, so I'd just go and see the psych like whenever. Like, and I remember talking about it, I was like, do you reckon I have anxiety? And she was like, well, yeah, probably. Like, you can go and get tests and stuff. But I think every human has a part of them that like clicks into anxiety and depression, whether it be chronic or not, and whether it's reoccurring or just a kind of bout of emotion that you're dealing with. Like, but I think that I had a particularly more consistent anxiety than maybe some other people. And it definitely pushes me to be the person I am because it makes me feel a bit better, like, about being anxious. Like, I don't have things to worry about. I'm like, oh, no, I was nice to them, like, you know, or like I felt like I did the right thing, or I went about something the correct way, which allows me to decrease my anxiety a bit.
So you're learning lessons.
Yeah, through making mistakes, you learn so many lessons, like, which helps you deal with your anxiety, like, as well. But it's interesting, like, you know, a lot of the skate homies, like, everyone's smoking a lot of weed and such, and that can really amplify anxiety at times. So it's a funny thing about how you choose to do things because of how
Well,
your mental health.
you think weed amplifies anxiety?
Yeah, definitely.
Really?
It makes you like physically and emotionally hypersensitive, I reckon.
Yeah, I mean, I know for me personally it doesn't work. Like I do, when I get started, I get really introverted. I don't want to talk to, I don't even want to look at people.
Yeah.
Like going to a supermarket is like the worst thing ever.
Dude,
I get anxiety attacks when I'm stoned.
And that's the funniest thing, because I could like smoke up and then just go do a big grocery shop for the week at supermarket with a trolley, like crash into people, be like, oh, I'm Kiari, like, you know. So like, it's a funny thing of when the anxiety clicks into gear. Like, it's at times that I least expect it, and that's why I wondered if it was something that wasn't just a come and go, if it had a consistency to it. So I thought that was pretty interesting.
It's kind of like a juxtaposition to the traditional idea of smoking weed.
Well, that's right. It's supposed to chill you out. I think it's a whole thing. Like, weed is still a drug, and it can put you in a psych ward, so you have to be careful.
Can it?
With how you use it. I believe that, say someone who had like schizophrenia within their, like, if say like schizophrenia was a hereditary thing, it was within their gene pool, like maybe smoking heavy amounts of cannabis could bring forth like psychotic break or some sort of dissociative behavior. I think mental health is really interesting. Something I've learned lately is discussing your mental health is critical to your survival as a human. I don't think there's anything in between there.
You know, when I've had the worst anxiety episodes?
When?
It's from copious amounts of coffee and lack of sleep.
Because you're buzzing and you're trying to get shit done.
I mean, in my earlier days, party, drugs, things like that, come downs from that stuff. Got nothing on having a coffee binge combined with a bit of stress and lack of sleep.
Yeah. That'll get
panic
you.
attacks. I didn't even have my first panic attack till I was in my, I don't know, like mid-30s, showing my age.
And it's really weird. Like, I get pretty like I can almost feel a bit of panicky energy coming on, and now I'm at a point where I can push it down and not.
Really?
Yeah, dude, it's crazy. Particularly say I'm out and I'm like, oh my God, I just said something heaps dumb. Like, I don't need to think that way. There's no point in thinking that way. Like, because if I'm around really good people, they're not going to really question if I'm saying silly stuff after a few beers, like, you know. So, but I think, you know, when you go home and you're like, oh my God, I can't believe I said that. People probably think I'm a kook. Like, I think that kind of anxiety is interesting in how you choose to deal with that. And so, but I guess that's the thing of whether you choose to like go to the bottle or the bong to suppress anxiety, opposed to like dealing. I really like eliminating problems and then smoking up, because then I can just sit down and I don't have to worry about anything at all.
Really?
As much as I can.
Yeah.
But because of that life practice, I feel like it helps a little bit with controlling anxiety. And I'm sure there's medications that, you know, one could take to settle it. But I think there's an interesting way of learning about how to control your emotions to some extent, and choosing when there's times where shit hits the fan and like you can just, you know, go have a cry somewhere and let it out. Like, but other times you just want to like go to the pub and drink and not think about it. But yeah, so it's funny how sometimes mental health issues and then taking drugs can actually bring forth what's going on, because like say people have like a bad trip or something, I can't really do psychedelics. I'm a bit too sensitive for psychedelics and stimulants. And so people, I feel like, you know, if you get like have a bad trip or something, people think it's a really terrible thing, but maybe it's like showing you something that you didn't really want to see, and that's why it's hard or bad, because you don't want to digest that information.
Yeah, you know, like the concept of psychedelics comes up on this podcast all the time.
Well, you have got a bit of knowledge about psychedelics, like just the general, I mean, not psychedelics, like more mushrooms, mycelium and such. Like I think you're interested in.
I read a book, watched a shitload of YouTube clips, listened to a Joe Rogan podcast, and now I'm an expert. You
Dude,
know,
no
like
doubt,
everyone.
bro. Joe Rogan would have the info, bro.
But I did read a book. I did read this book that did change the game for me by Michael Pollan. It's called The Science of Psychedelics: How to Change Your Mind. And he does a 30-year research into psychedelics.
30 years?
Yeah, he's a research journalist by trade, and he tries every single psychedelic and, you know, relates his experience about it. And it's really interesting because he goes into the science of each one and rah. But I mean, fundamentally, the research that's been done so far and the science that's coming out is that it has amazing healing qualities when done in the right set and setting. And it's not to be partied with. It's you know, assisted therapy. So it should be done in combined with, you know, psychological and psychiatry.
Having some sort of guidance through that situation.
Yeah, so the experience isn't lost.
Yes, okay.
You know, but I guess what spins me out is like you brought it up again and other guests have brought it up again because I think it's been so profound in them making change in their life.
Yeah, no doubt.
But going on, just one more thing about the whole mental health thing. I guess one thing I'm discovering over the years is that I just see things like anxiety and depression. I think they're very manageable, and I also think they're very lifestyle related. And I also think they're indicators that you're maybe not doing something right in life. So they're just guides. And so now if I have a bout of anxiety, I'm like, okay, well, let's reflect, okay, what needs to change here? Oh, hang on, I hate my fucking job. Okay, boom. Hate my relationship, I'm out. You know, like things like that. Like, and people think that they can't change things in their life.
Man.
And then it's amazing when you step into that unknown, maybe you might see some difference. I don't know.
No, I think like, you know, say like, again, like tapping into anxiety, like existential anxiety, like, oh, I'm getting older, like I need to get a career, like I need to buy a house, you know, like, and...
Do you have that desire?
To some extent. Yeah. I really I just applied for uni to go back and be like a high school art teacher, which would be
how old
fun.
are you?
I'm 27 now.
Yes, brother.
Dude, the man, time's clicking on pretty quick, bro. I'm seeing them calendar days slip through my fingers pretty quick now, but
for everyone though.
Yeah, dude, no, and it's like, but it's a funny thing how it's not as talked about until someone sparks up a convo. It's like, man, I'm getting old, like me. And then someone else is like, man, I'm bloody this old, like. Yeah. And then, you know, there's little like 10-year-old grommies at the skate park with rubber bones. I'm like, I want them rubber bones back.
No, man. I just think you can keep having rubber bones as long as you want.
Dude, yeah.
That's my theory. I don't know.
I like that. Yeah. I've been doing like a couple little workouts because I hurt my knee and it feels a bit loose. So, but it's funny how things like skating make you tune into your physical health as well, because once you start to get a little bit older, you got to sleep properly, eat properly, like, you know, stretch, look after your body, activate your muscles, like have recovery days, like if you want to keep pushing your practice, whatever physical practice that is. But it's funny with skating, it really spells out a lot of things that are wrong with your, like you were saying before, lifestyle or, you know, diet or such, like sleeping habits. You
know what I did today? Like I've strained my hamstring. I've got a tight hip flexor. I've fucked my shoulder. So I went to the osteo and he did all this dry needling on me and massage. And then he's like, after like full heavy session, like, and like I was just hurting afterwards. And he's like, oh, listen, man, like, don't do anything for 48 hours. Just relax. You know, let your body just heal now after all that. I literally got in the car and Tim messaged me and goes, hey man, meet me at the skate park. I was like, yeah man. I went straight from the osteo to the skate park and started battling that backside tower slide and ate shit numerous times, and all that osteo and dry needling I got just wasted.
Nah,
cost me $100 for that hour.
Dude, it would have got all the blood flow going and stuff. Isn't that what the dry needling's for? To get to like activate blood flow or something?
Have you ever had it?
Yeah, dude. I used to get like the blood flow, like the dry point needling and remedial massages. With Pat at Baymed Physio. That was that was a good time. But it feels weird. I'd get it at like 6 a.m. in the morning before going up to. Oh, you had a drink cracking? I'd get it at like 6 a.m. before going on the train up to art school, and I'd be sitting on the train like, oh man, my back feels weird. Like, am I full of like little needle holes? Like, I'd be tweaking it. Like,
it's crazy. Like, do you see how far they put that shit in?
Dude, I try not to look, but I did. I tried to take a photo of my back one time, and I think I like compressed one of the needle. I think there was one near my shoulder blade, and I like went to lift the phone over my back, and it was like, like it made a little noise. I think on my bone or something. Like, I don't know if it was on my bone, but it felt really weird.
Yeah,
I was kind of into it though.
Yeah, like it's crazy how like they find the knot, and then he puts the needle in the knot, and then the whole thing like twinges.
It like slaps
and
in
like
almost.
cramps for a second, and then releases.
It's bizarre. Like, and you have all those little spots on your back, like where they've put the needles in. I don't know if you've seen, like, you know when people get the suction cup.
Oh, dude, I got some on the back of my leg today.
Really?
Should say I got the big black.
Dude, I've never.
You never had it?
Never. It makes you feel like hickeys and stuff.
Have you ever had a hickey?
I don't know. Not that I can remember.
Have you ever had a hickey?
Dude, girls don't really talk to me very much. So.
Ricky, have you ever had a hickey?
Dude.
Sorry, it just rhymes with Ricky.
Wait, Ricky and the hickey.
So listen, man, I want to go back. Like, do you desire family, a mortgage, and a house, and all that stuff?
Dude,
do you desire it?
I rejected the whole concept of contemporary society heaps. I was like, I want to go like live in the bush in Japan one day and like build a little house or something and just like just grow wasabi or something. Like
Japan.
Yeah, dude, it just seems real peaceful. Everyone's real lovely to each other there. I mean, the food's amazing, but the landscape is also beautiful as well. But I just like the idea of Japan. There was something nice about Japan. Japanese food, Japanese people, like their sense of respect for their place and city and whatnot. I mean, I haven't done much traveling. I've only been overseas to Japan.
Okay.
I went like with the ex-partner in 2018, and then 2020 went with my parents, went skiing in Hakuba.
Oh,
but
how was it? Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it was sick. It was, but yeah. I like initially I did really reject the concept of contemporary society, like having kids. I thought surely there's more to life than having kids, getting a mortgage, and like working a job that you don't necessarily want to do. However, I kind of desire it now. I really want to get a house and like, I don't know about necessarily having like a wife, but like having someone really special, have, some little babies with. Like,
really?
Yeah, dude, I can fully see it happening, bro. Like,
really?
I don't know when, but I think I like the idea of that. It sounds kind of nice. I mean, shit's been pretty hard this year, and if I've learned anything, it's like your family and friends are like the most critical thing in your life. Like, there's not really much else that matters.
Is that what you learned from the whole COVID thing?
Yeah, the COVID
lockdown.
Yeah. To some extent, like, yeah, COVID definitely taught me that. But it's a funny thing about how precious like family stuff is. Like, and it's hard, and I don't think it always works out. But at the same time, like, that idea to me now sounds kind of nice in a weird way.
Yeah, but like as a relatively young person, you're still in your 20s. Like, do you feel like the possibility? What do you mean just 27? But like the possibility, does the possibility of owning a house almost seem unrealistic to you?
Dude, it fully did, but now I see I can do it. Like, like get a loan, like say, if I had a job as an art teacher, like, and then had a loan, like parents went guarantor or whatever it's called. I really don't know that much, but I think I could generate enough for a deposit on a house somewhere in Gong, potentially. Probably be like a 1-bedroom unit or something, but
I don't know. Like, I'm going to go a few layers deeper because like, let's think about it. Like you just said then, and I've been programmed into this as well. Yeah. That I might be able to generate enough income for a deposit on a very large loan. So do you ever really own the house?
I don't know.
You never really own the house.
So, right? Like,
isn't it a trip?
But then you have this concept that like if you're renting, you're just paying someone else's mortgage or something along the lines of that. So then you try to find your Goldilocks zone, like, but I did think about, like if I own a house, like I could lease it out and go kick back in Japan or like go skate in Barcelona or something while someone's renting out. But then like,
is it just so like you don't have to, no one can kick you out and you don't have to move?
I mean, that wouldn't be a bad thing, but man,
like that.
I would love to build my own house, like not a tiny home, but a generally smaller dwelling. and build it out of like recycled materials and stuff. I was having a big chat about it, bro. I've been looking at all sorts of different materials. Have you seen the cob houses?
Yeah.
Dude,
I've made a cob pizza oven once.
Dude, I think you told me. And like, I just like it'd be pretty special to build something and then live in it for the rest of your life if you can. Like, that idea is pretty cool to me. So even if I could buy a block of land, build my own house.
You got fans.
Dude, this is the best.
Just for a bit of context,
dude.
We're in Kingpin Skateshop.
It's Kingpin Skateshop. There's a couple grommies twerking out the front. Luke and Aiden, working the street really well,
nice.
Doing some dancing.
And there's like a crew sitting on the ground eating pizza, drinking beer.
Yep. Don't tell Joey.
Don't tell Joey.
Sorry, Joey.
Yes. He doesn't want your cement, dog. Remember when he said that? I don't want your cement, dog. Do you remember that?
I do remember that, but I wasn't there. But I remember, what was the context? Someone was trying to give Joey like 100 kilos of cement bags.
Well, they had some leftover cement. Hey, do you want this for?
They wanted to help.
And he's like, dude, I work at a skate shop. I don't want your cement, dog.
Dude, we could just cement a full ledge out the front in the bike lane because it's not really used that much. Shout out to the mayor, ledge in the bike lane. Is that cool?
You don't like the bike lane?
No, I mean, it's like primarily at Kingpin, it's like a kind of skate lane. Obviously, the cyclists have primary use of it. If we see some cyclists, we full judo tiger roll out of the way.
You're not a hater though.
No. Like, I mean, I don't know. It's a funny thing. Like, the way it's displaced gong traffic is a bit of a pain in the ass. Like,
but is it?
It's hard.
For fuck's sake. Sorry.
No. It's hard enough to get a park. Like, but at the same time, like, at least the cyclists have a bit more flow now to where they're going, opposed to like meandering through the road. Like, but like when I see someone in like the real nice lycras and like hell kitted out bike, I'm like, sick. They're just another car. Like, these guys can boost. Like, they're not really going to get in my way. I guess it's just like the Sunday riders, like on the e-bike, who'll go on 5Ks, like in the middle of the road. But the fact that they can shuffle over into the bike lane now, safe and sound, that's not a bad thing either.
You know, in Holland, Amsterdam's part of Holland.
Yeah, like Rotterdam.
Their town planners prioritise bike road infrastructure over car infrastructure.
Wow, true. Because I know that there's like a mountain of bikes over there.
They put more effort into their bike lanes and bike like facilities, storage lockups, free bikes than they do for cars. True. That's more of a priority.
I kind of like that. Like, I mean, there's a lot of e-bikes and stuff, but if you have it, like, say I used to work in Sydney and I lived in Wollongong, like, for years. Like, if I, getting the train was all right, but it's a bit of a pain. And then if, like, I remember getting the train to work once in Sydney and it was like I was just getting sessioned all day. It was so busy. And then finally got back to Central Station. I had like no money. It was like a day before I got paid. Like, I was just like living at home with mum and dad, kicking back, like spending my whole paychecks as quick as possible. And so I didn't even have money for one beer. Oh, there was a fair bit of money being spent on weed, no doubt, bro. Yeah. It's actually I was never too. Yeah. Anyway. but man, I'll never forget this. It wasn't even that bad.
No, I'm just joking.
Dude, it wasn't even that bad. Like, we were at Central Station. I mean, I was at Central Station after work, real busy day. Lightning bolt hits a signal box or something. What? Train's delayed for hours. No money for even a sip of beer. Can't take weed up on the train because there's sniffer dogs. Like, you got to be careful. And also, so no money, no skateboard, raining, after work, just watching just the general population of Sydney lose their mind at the station, which is kind of entertaining as well.
Is it?
Oh, dude, man. People tweak in the city. They get so angry.
Why, you reckon?
I don't, man, it's just the hustle and bustle, the 9-to-5 grind of the city. Like, and this is something interesting because with the art store, I'd have like a few like regulars that would come in and be like real sweet peas and have a yarn and stuff. And like, but I guess there's just so many people in the city. It's like, how do you develop a sense of community? Say with Kingpin, like everyone recognizes everyone. Even in Gong, like, like most people recognize people, and there's a considerable population here. But yeah, I just thought, I reckon just everyone's just butting heads and G'd up at each other because they're like, oh, I'm never going to see this person again. Like, fuck this person. Like, what, it doesn't matter. Like, I'll speak my mind. Like, I'll get out my weekly angst on this person. Like,
people are stressed, man.
Dude, and in the
I'm
city,
sorry,
dude,
I
the
noticed
stress is crazy.
I got road raged on a freeway in the outer suburbs of Sydney,
dude.
last weekend.
And you're probably sitting like,
Yeah.
you're probably like,
I'm just because I don't like driving fast. Like I in my mind,
when you get older,
dying in a car accident is just like the shittest way to die. And I'm really no disrespect to anyone that's been impacted by car accidents, but I'm just like that's not how I want to go, man.
When I was younger,
so I drive slow as fuck,
dude. When I was younger,
and it pisses people off, and they get so angry.
When you got kids though, like.
Yes.
Like, what? Bro, you're sitting 20 under the limit and you got kids chilling in the back in the little baby seats. Like, a precious cargo, bro.
Dude.
And this is, so I used to treat, I swear, like, when I was on the road, particularly late for work, like driving up to Sydney, I would be weaving, like, not intimidating people, but like weaving my way to work. Like, everyone was just an NPC. Like, I was blitzing.
It's an NPC.
A non-player character. So it was almost had like a video game quality, and I was like, all right, time to get my weave on. But then someone was like, imagine if everyone driving is your grandparents or your friend's grandparents. Because you know when someone's lagging real hard, and then you get up next to them, and yeah, they've got kids in the back, or they're an elderly driver, and you're like, oh, true, like that makes sense. Like, why they might have been going slow in the fast lane or something like that. But yeah,
message.
I kick back now, man. I kick back hard. Like,
it's a good message, man.
And yeah, dude. And I just think with driving, like, it might not even be you. It might be someone else that's going to clip you up, you know, like someone running a red light, but you're not, you know, you're not paying enough attention. Like, you take off at the lights and get T-boned. Or I've seen some nasty shit on the road driving up to Sydney. Like,
have you?
Dude. Oh, man, I remember driving back and I was at the intersection, like, just before, like, Silverwater, I think it is, the Tom Ugly Bridge, you know, 3 lanes, it goes all windy. It's a big intersection heading south, and I was, like, in the, like, furthest right lane, first one at the lights, and the lights went green, and I don't know why I checked, but there was a truck coming down. I was like, this truck isn't stopping, like, and people were beeping me to go, but I was like, nah, I'm kicking back. And then the 2 cars in the middle in the left lane went, and the front of their cars got cleaned up. I stopped, like, everyone was totally fine, but it was just funny, like, I don't know, I guess if you're in a rush, like, itching to get home, like, you know, drink some beers, have a couple lung beers, you know. Like, I think, like, you just get hungry to get back, but you're like, even when you're boosting, you save like 10 minutes max. But what even is 10 minutes, right? Like,
have you ever road raged anyone?
Yeah, a couple times for sure, dude. I mean, like,
I think road rage is the weirdest thing.
It's because you're in a steel bubble and you feel like you can staunch anyone. You know, like no one's like I can yell at someone and then speed away, like, and there's no consequence, kind of thing. Like, I
mean, do you write angry comments on stuff as well, like anonymously?
Dude, no, I swear.
I just think it's like the most gutless, cowardly thing to road rage someone. I mean, unless that person has particularly tried to kill you in some way.
That's only when it, like, I think the only thing that makes me click is when I got passengers in the car, like my friends, and then someone is like, you know, staunching me, like, to get out of the way or something, or like weaving me, like.
So it's usually reactive. You're not like instigating.
I'd consider it more reactive than instigating. Absolutely. Yeah. Like, and man, I just, like, if someone like cuts in front of me, you know, tries to brake check me or something, like, I just drop back, like, you know, and then I get home smiling, like. But something that I've also realized is, like, you don't need to put your energy into that, right? Like, because you use a lot of energy when you're G'ing up at someone. Like, when you're real angry and you let it go, like, I feel so drained after having confrontations and things like that. So I just think it's not a wise use of energy in the first place. Like,
good call.
You know, if that makes sense. But it took me a while to figure out. Like, I'd get real cranky and snappy and, like, you know, but that's because I wouldn't say be organised. I wouldn't leave myself enough time to get to work, and then I'd blame other people for driving too slow, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, which is a silly logic, and I shifted out of that eventually, and now I just arc back. Like, even when I go up to the Sydney, you know, like, go skate like Glebe or something with some friends, like, I just coast on the road. We'll get there eventually. We'll skate as long as we need to. Get home whenever we get home. Like.
I was just thinking about something my osteo said today. He's a tripper. He's a legend. And he was talking about energies and shit. And I was like, yeah. And, like, I now believe in energies.
But, dude,
like,
very much.
I remember when I first moved to Bali, like, some chick said to me, she's like, be careful here, there's a really powerful energy. And I'm like, fuck that hippie shit. Get the fuck out. And then, like, seriously, there'd be some days I'm like, oh, man, like, I've got to go inside. The energy's gnarly today. Like, something's going to happen. And then what do you know? The fucking volcano would erupt, or there'd be an earthquake. Shit like that.
Just, well, think about how animals pick up on, like, you know, say like an animal, some sort of animal might be able to preempt a wildfire, an earthquake, a tsunami and such. I don't know if that has anything to be related with like energies, but, you know, like maybe they pick up on like a vibration through the ground or something, or say like if there was a tsunami coming, humans would be like, oh, the tide's going out further than I've ever seen, like something's wrong.
Yeah.
But like what do they pick up on to be like something's wrong well before we do, even with all our, you know, advanced technology and such? I think it's pretty
crazy.
I mean, it's not a field that I actually know about. These are just thoughts I'm throwing out.
He was talking about Newton's law of energy. Like Newton's law talks about how energy is transferred. So he was saying, his argument was that we never die. So when your energy just gets transferred to something else. So like, you know, if you get buried in the ground, your energy is transferred into whatever's in the ground around
soil,
it.
The
so that tree,
worms,
you're in that, or
little delicious avocado seed.
He explained it so much more eloquently and like intelligently, and I was just sitting there going, "Yeah, man, hey, you're like JC, man." Yeah, it was really interesting.
Oh, that's
I don't know, some deep shit.
No, dude. I mean, even like, what's the doco on Netflix? Fantastic Fungi or something like that. And the dude talks about the mycelium network, dude, and how the trees, like if there's a bunch of trees and one of their tree homies, you know, gets a bit hungover, they're like, yo, dog, like
they send nutrients.
I'll send you some nutrients, man. Like,
through the mycelium network. It's like all nerves, like neurological pathways under the earth, and transferring energy. Sorry to jump in because I'm so into this. And then like a mushroom that grows out of that is a flower of that. Yeah, and did you know mushrooms are neither plant nor they're neither fauna nor flora nor fauna.
Yeah.
And they actually, you know how plants release oxygen and absorb carbon dioxide, and humans breathe oxygen and expel carbon dioxide. Mushrooms do the same as us.
Wow.
They absorb oxygen.
Wow.
And so that's what they're saying. Like when you have a psilocybin mushroom, it's connected to that mycelium network. You're absorbing the knowledge of the plants and the environment.
That's a pretty special idea, bro. Like even
I'm getting fact checked over here by Ricky. Ricky, yes.
Ricky is a bit of an intellectual wizard, I must say.
Ricky.
But
anyway,
I think it's a really beautiful idea. I think all these things, like regardless of how, you know, solid they are within like some sort of scientific research or esoteric belief, I think as an idea, it's pretty amazing.
Dude,
right?
I like the fairy tale.
Dude,
it's fun.
I love stories.
Why not believe in it?
Dude, me and the boys have been playing Dungeons and Dragons lately. Dude,
sounds like nerd stuff.
Dude, it is kind of nerdy. However, I am a massive nerd, so
but you are and you're not, dude.
Thanks, bro. I mean,
they're the best people.
Man, my mom always said kooks are the best people, and it's so true.
But look at them, like kooks are the best. Kooks or nerds? Because kooks are kind of like, I see them as being egotistical dickheads.
I'd
sometimes.
say kooky people. Sorry,
kooky.
Someone
people.
might say, like my mum might refer to them as a fruit cake, or a fruit bat.
Like, would you have been friends with Elon Musk at school?
Dude, you know what? I got along with almost everyone at school.
I believe it.
But sometimes say Elon Musk, he might have been like some intellectual academic prodigy child. I don't know if I could converse with someone like that as easily as like some of the skater, surfer guys and girls, like, or the art crowd, like, or just anyone else. I feel like, the whole academic thing, I swear, like, I saw something of like Elon Musk is like, I read 2 books a day. Like, it's fucking wild, bro.
Yeah.
That's
like
too.
He works at 20, sleeps 4 hours a day.
Dude, man, I'm working 4 hours a day, sleeping 20 hours a day, man. I'm like a little koala bear, bro. I'm kicking back.
No, dude, you work a lot. Like,
I do, right now.
Listen, tell me about your gardening journey. Like, did you go into gardening?
Dude, I mean, I got into gardening heaps, bro. Like, particularly over COVID, I just thought it was a really nice thing. But it's also, because I was skating hard in the COVID lockdown, you know, Mavs was at its peak, like everyone was skating
Mavs is a DIY spot.
Yeah, the DIY spot just near Wollongong Salvation Army, that was a treat. And we actually had that spot for almost like a full couple years. Like it was actually crazy how long it survived, but we were skating there heaps in lockdown. I remember rolling my ankle pretty bad, could barely even walk. Like there was only so many cartoons and Pokemon I could play before I was like, all right, I need just like a bit of sunshine. And I literally, once my ankle got a bit better, I just started digging up the dirt, and like I was just researching about gardening, and they were saying like you got to get into the dirt, right? Like the dirt is your primary, like it's your substrate. You got to make it good, like you know. So I was like researching about
soil
different
quality, man.
It's really interesting though.
Everything,
and then the
comes
whole
back to soil quality,
permaculture thing. But the like coming back to what we were discussing almost immediately, which is the whole mental health thing, is like, you know, getting injured can be depressing. Like all you want to do is skate. Like no one's working. Like, you know, no one's like out drinking and hanging out and socializing. So it was a great thing to do for my mental health, but also achieve something. Like, and then, you know, like, you know, I didn't have much money. Like I could just slice up some cheese, grab some bread that mum makes, and pop out into the garden, pull off a couple, you know, cos lettuce leaves, and
some tomatoes.
Yeah. I got the baby Romas and berry ripe tomatoes growing at the moment. Got some cucumbers. Basil. I got some chilies called dragon chilies. Apparently they're only as strong as jalapenos, because one of the first gardens I did, I just grabbed some random chilies from Bunnings, and they were like fucking like 90,000 Scoville units or something.
What's that? Is that how they measure the hotness of chili?
Dude,
I've never heard that.
I think it goes up to like, you know, that Hot Ones show? And they got the hell spicy sauces. I swear they got one that's like 2 or 4 million or something, like disrespectful. Hey, like, I'd be assassinated.
Disrespectful?
Dude, or in the regard of how strong it is.
Oh,
like
really?
It's almost so powerful that it would just disrespect you. Like you take one bite and it would just backhand you to the ground. Like, but even at the 90,000 Scoville unit, that shit was wild, bro. I put it on a pizza, I was perishing. Like,
so you feel like the gardening's been good for your mental health?
Yeah, no doubt.
Right.
And it gets me up early in the morning, because in summer I'm like, better water the garden before it gets too hot, so I need to get up pretty early, like 6 a.m.
It's made you happier?
Yeah, definitely. It really is a massive aid for my mental health.
So you're getting up early, and then you're getting sun on you early.
Yeah, and I'm...
See, tick, tick, tick.
And I'm pretty pasty, so I can't like go down the beach and tan or anything.
I think you're
like
that pasty.
If I pull up the sleeves a bit, we got a bit of gradation here, you know.
That's good. It's good.
But yeah, I think like it's a funny thing how I have to orientate myself around the sun. Like gardening helped me wake up earlier, do something physical in the morning, which kind of wakes you up a bit more as well, opposed to scrolling on the phone or something, which is still very enjoyable.
Have you heard of like neuroscientist and skateboarder Andrew Huberman?
I swear you've mentioned him to me before.
You haven't heard of the Huberman Lab? He was on the Nine Club, dude.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude,
but he used to skate, but now he's a neuroscientist at Stanford University, has this amazing podcast with amazing information, all science-backed, about everything. But he was talking recently about the importance of, as soon as you get out of bed, getting sunlight directly in your eyes and on your skin, like how like the data in regards to immunity improvement is huge. Like less likely to get sick, less likely to get cancer. Like it's huge, but also regulates your hormones. So then you sleep better, sexual functions better, your appetite's better, metabolism's better, just purely from letting sun be the first light in your face and in your eyes.
True.
The morning light.
Dude, because I wake up...
Yeah, go look at the sun, people.
I'm like squinting. I've got like 6 pairs of sunnies on. Like so. Yeah. But I wonder if it's because I don't get in... Like say when I'm working at Kingpin, bro, I don't see the sunlight all day until I get out in the Arvo.
It's bullshit.
And then it's rinsing my eyes. Joey, skylight, please.
Dude, have you got a workers' union here?
Dude, I'm starting one, bro.
Dude, I'm going to start one.
Dude, yeah, I'm keen. So, you and me.
Fight the power, man.
Dude, Joey, man.
Joey and fucking Guy.
He's gone full corporate
how come they haven't put that corporate... How come they haven't put a skylight in this shithole?
Man, that's why... Actually, there's probably apartments up top. But that's cool.
Let's put it through their roof.
Yeah, dude, they'd be down with it, bro. Could have like a little... like, you know, firefighter slide down.
But it's funny because, like, I don't know, like, I don't actually set out to be a mental health podcast. I never really have. Actually, originally it was because I was working at a sustainability-focused school. Yeah. And I actually like talking about the environment.
When you were doing your permaculture stuff? Like,
yeah, I did the permaculture design course and then got that job and rah-rah-rah. But... And it was all, actually, I like talking about conservation, environmentalism, things like that.
Let's go into it.
Because I'm a skateboarder, that sort of comes into it more. But I guess just like the recurring underlying theme is people just want to talk about mental health and wellness constantly. Like I didn't really set out to talk to you about this. Like I wanted to talk to you about backside tail slides and shit like that.
Oh man, we can get to that, bro.
Yeah, my back's sore from
Dude,
that
all those
shit.
back tails, bro. Man, it's all right. You get the real stanky steez roll away though. Like get the you land the trick.
I don't know. I don't know what that is.
Back.
I don't know how to do that,
dude.
But look, I don't look. But going back to it is like, oh fuck, what were we talking about?
Why?
Oh yeah, no. But a common theme I'm noticing now in 177 episodes or whatever it is that the happiest people that I speak to are the ones that are in the natural environment the most. So whether it's at the skate park outside, in the sun, around the trees, like I mean, I think that like Berkeley Skate Park,
man.
I mean, you're right on the fucking lake.
We were just saying
you're
how
that,
beautiful it is.
You're getting
bro.
all those ions, those water ions. You're
Just
breathing,
pump,
and you don't realise how good that is.
The
for
natural
you.
aircon, you get the beautiful sunsets, like, and it's
get off the fucking PlayStation,
man. It's good, and I love those
get off
things.
the bongs,
dude. Wait, don't get off the bong.
No, look, you know what?
Put the billy down.
I don't smoke weed, but I'm not against weed. I can't believe that shit's illegal.
Man, I know it's wild.
How fucking stupid.
But
is
I mean,
that?
it's just a war on race, right? Like,
What do you mean?
Well, the whole war on drugs is like a war on race. Like, I mean, even I believe the term marijuana was actually made by the FBI to make it sound more Mexican, to heighten like the racial segmentation.
I didn't know that, and you're getting like fact checking props from our fact checker Ricky,
dude, and the ultimate fact.
I didn't even know that.
Really interesting, and even the term conspiracist, I think, was made by or fabricated by someone who was not, say, from like just the common man. You know,
I don't know, man. When I look at a bud, all right, or if I look at a psilocybin mushroom, I look at that shit. It's
they're both
it's come
flowers.
straight out of the earth, unprocessed, right? Mm-hmm. And then it's ingested.
but then processed meats are carcinogenic.
What do you mean?
Well, I believe a lot of processed meats have a carcinogenic effect. Even such
Processed meat,
like even salami, but a processed chicken patty that you might just get in the freezer, chicken nuggets and whatnot. Like, I mean, man, I put so much terrible stuff in my body, but I try to also put a lot of good stuff in there, like as the primary kind of diet. But man,
I just the irony of it just still kills me. Again, like I made a decision for me personally. I don't want any substances in my body, such as alcohol or cannabis. They're just not for me. But I can't believe that cannabis is illegal. But what if people abuse it? I'm like,
it's their own choice.
Let's stop fucking babying people and let them actually make their own decisions and learn from their mistakes and stop like creating too many rules.
And there is a lot of stigma around smoking weed, and I feel like that's why people
propaganda. It's not stigma. It's fucking propaganda that was created.
Dude. And because I could smoke a bunch of weed and then go to the pub, play pool, socialize, meet people I've never meet people I've never met before, have really amazing conversations. Because a lot of people who smoke, they're like, oh, people are gonna like laugh at me for being really stoned, so I better stay inside and order some menu log, And so I think it's a really funny thing of like when you find the confidence. If you're like, if you really want to, like, I really want to smoke, but I also really want to hang out with my friends. So I smoke and then I go and hang out with my friends, or I go and hang out with my friends and then I smoke later. However it happens, I just try to not worry about when I will be smoking, because that's something that used to control me a bit. It's like, oh, nah, I don't want to come out because I got to go get weed instead of coming out to someone's birthday dinner or something like that. Just prioritizing issues.
Yeah, and that's on you. That's on you to sort. That's on you to sort your shit out.
And that is the whole thing of abuse.
That's what I mean. But like, let's say, like, okay, like they've made these drugs illegal. But people are still doing them. So, like, I personally think, like, why don't they just legalize everything? And then eliminate the black market?
But then it's not illegal.
Instead, we're giving this money to drug dealers.
And it's such a funny thing.
Well, I'm not, because I don't smoke.
But and there's some people, like, there's a lot of people who grow their own stuff in a certain way that might have more like of an organic feel to it, because a lot of the weed that everyone gets is something that. What it's really called is PGR, which is a plant growth regulator. I don't know exactly what it is, but I think it's some kind of chemical commonly found in hydroponic weed, which seems to be the most common thing that people are giving their money to. So the whole medicinal weed thing, I think, is really cool. But people are getting like 25% THC weed. Like, that's insanely strong. Like, I don't even. I need like 16% max. Like, it's it's way overkill. But regardless, I think there is massive physical health benefits I mean, it's primarily the CBD.
It is.
The THC is, you know, the psychoactive component. You get stoned, you feel stoned, but what the CBD is doing to your body, how it's helping you recover. I mean, people with epilepsy,
Dude.
Parkinson's, like, I don't really know any others off the top of my head, but I know that CBD helps particularly well with them, like cancer patients and stuff,
Yeah, well,
with appetite.
My mum's best friend, an old family friend, you know, she's an elderly lady. She had terminal cancer just last year, suffering through chemo. And then she got some medicinal marijuana, like strong oil, was rubbing it in her feet, THC. And it was the only thing that improved her quality of life. It allowed her to eat. It allowed her to sleep. It improved her mood, you know, in her dying days, to the point where she went, you know what? I'm done now with chemo. I'm just going, and she actually lived longer than they thought. But in the end, she still had to get it illegally. Now, this is a woman who was her whole life so by the book, a Christian woman who would go to church every Sunday, as straight edge as you can ever get, you know, and then that woman in her dying days was put in a position to do something illegal,
which would have gone against her ethical and moral
It's just
grain.
give me a fucking break.
But I think even what you just said is like improving, because I guess in someone's dying days, their quality of life is what matters the most, right? Because you can't escape death, but like living, you know, your fullest to the last minute, like even if it's just sitting in a chair surrounded by people you love, like, and sharing a meal with them, being able to talk to them, like, or, you know, walk down the beach or something. Like, it's funny, you know, you appreciate the little things a bit more, like down the track. But yeah, I mean, I think like there's so many benefits to cannabis in particular. I mean, I think they're even doing, you know, like MDMA, ketamine, like psychological therapy and such.
And
like,
it's all trauma. It's all trauma. They're experimenting with trauma-based therapies because, like, they're discovering that, like, so many of these mental illnesses are linked to childhood trauma. So they're like, well, and they're having results with psilocybin trips, MDMA ceremonies, ayahuasca.
Yeah, because they're all guided kind of
ketamine,
ceremonies, right? Like,
and it's all to treat trauma and addiction. But addiction is a direct result of trauma. So people become addicted to drugs because they're self-medicating.
Yeah, and then so that comes back to the whole like how are you using the product? Like, are you abusing the product? Even if you have a medication, say like, because I've never really taken any of the prescription drugs, but like my mates, not my mates, but like a lot of people that I know are considerably into their, you know, say like Xanax or Valium or something like that, and like, aren't they opioids? Like, yeah, and so
highly addictive.
But man, they're everywhere, bro, and like Grommies are taking them. Like, it's pretty wild. Like, and out of everything, like, I just think, like, you know, say I had kids. If I was like digging through their bedroom,
you'd be a great dad,
dude. Thanks, bro. I'm keen.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, man, if I had kids and I was just like rifling through their shit, being like, "What are you hiding?" You know, and I found some weed, I'd be like, "Hell yeah!" But if I found something else, like, you know, something like
alcohol.
Yeah, well, man, particularly at a super young age, like, or, you know, like ecstasy, party drugs. Like, I think that doing all those kind of things are fine, but like, you know, for me personally, it's too overwhelming. I already got too much energy, so weed in a way lets me balance out a little bit. Like,
yeah, but the big thing, like with MDMA, it's like getting a reliable source. So if it's pure MDMA, chances are it's safe. But the big thing is, like, what's that shit cut with? In the States, the big problem they're having is that the drug dealers now are cutting it with this disgusting drug called fentanyl.
Oh, I've heard.
And
don't they use that
fucking
to
kills people.
They use that to like do like a full fucking, what's his name from Law and Order? McCoy.
Oh, I don't know. I don't watch that.
Oh, dude, man, we've been watching so much Law and Order, and McCoy's always going for the death sentence. But yeah, I'm pretty sure for like when people get death sentence, they use fentanyl now to
probably.
But yeah, so
to
it's
what?
a cheap
for the lethal injection.
Yeah, I think that is the lethal injection, which is fentanyl.
But then that's what it goes back to for me. It's like, it's processed, so it's just sort of hard to regulate. But like, you can't really manipulate a bud,
particularly if it's grown in the ground in someone's backyard.
I mean, if it's hydro.
Like, it just depends what chemicals you're using for the hydroponic grow. I know that people can do pretty organic hydroponic setups, but I think growing it in a pot in soil is seems to be the best way. But I swear when you get weed from like, you know, someone that you know really well and they're like, oh yeah, it's from like a plant in my backyard. Like it feels safer in a way because you're like, oh, it's just from his hands directly to mine. Like, you know, so you have more confidence in the product, I guess, if you could put it that way. Like, but yeah, man, I think, mental health is a big thing with smoking weed, I reckon. Like people spin out if they're not in a good place and smoke up real hard every day.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't think we're going to talk this much about.
We're going into it. Did you have?
I wanted to talk about skateboarding.
Dude, let's talk some skating, bro. I'm done with
about
mental
serious.
health, bro.
I'm always talking about serious shit.
Dude, it's too serious, bro.
It's good. No, I love it. I do love it, man. I do love it. I learned so much.
No.
You've just taught me some shit.
Dude, like I said before, man, all I've learned is just like you got to be open. You got to be vulnerable. Like, you know, it helps people see you. And like, I reckon it's pretty fucking tough to be vulnerable as well. So if people are doing it, I'm like, respect you, man. It's hard.
Man, I think vulnerability is power, man. It is. That's what I've always loved about you. That's what's drawn to me about you. I think it's a subtle power that people mistake for weakness.
Yeah.
It's actually the opposite.
And it is funny though, because I did like, you know, be like a people pleaser and stuff and like let people walk over me. And it's funny, like I've been working on finding a sweet spot between being as inclusive as possible, like, you know, getting everyone involved as much as I can. But yeah, there's still a line where you can't let people take advantage of you as well, kind of thing, like, because you're being real nice to them. But
it's rad.
It's good. I mean, it's been an interesting life thing. Like, I've always really liked trying to be nice to people. Like, I just want people to treat me how I want to be treated. I just want people to be nice to me, man.
See, I just think that's some higher order thinking. Not everyone thinks like that.
Thanks, bro. I mean, I guess like, I had a couple hard times, like, you know, recently, and it's been interesting going through that and realizing how blessed I am with, you know, beautiful friends who have my back. Like, sometimes you don't realize how loved you are until you talk to people about it as well. If you're like, oh man, my shit's fucked right now, they're like, damn man, I got you. Like, let me cook you up like some nice pasta and wine or something. Like, or like, you know, come down the beach and have a coffee with us and have a chat. Like, you know, like, sometimes you don't realize how many people are there for you until, you put that out there. But to have the courage to put your emotions on the table it's easier said than done, right? Like,
yeah, dude. It's interesting how, like, you learn so much from hard times. Then it's like that. They kind of, in hindsight, that you're like, oh, well, that really had to happen. That was so necessary.
In a weird way, it's so true. Like, it's, but it's all in retrospect, right, that you come to those conclusions. And at the time, you're like, fuck this, man, I'm out. Like, I'm moving to, like, Mystery Bay or somewhere random. I think it's down the coast a bit. It looks really nice.
You just made that up.
No, bro, it looks really mysterious. I think that's why it's called Mystery Bay.
Up.
No, dude, I think they got a big anagama kiln down there, which is a certain kind of wood-firing kiln for ceramics. The anagama kiln. I don't know what its origin. It could be Japanese origins. Anyway.
Really?
Yeah.
You're
Oh,
obsessed
dude.
with Japanese.
Dude, I love, man.
Yeah.
And like, you know the artist Van Gogh?
Heard of him? No, I know. He cut his ear off, dude.
Yeah, bro.
But he cut his ear off when he was drunk. Like, you don't cut your ear off when you're stoned on weed.
Nah, that dude, he was tweaking, bro. Him and Paul Gauguin, I don't know how to say Paul Gauguin's last name, but I know they always used to get on the juice. And then, you know, and like Van Gogh was in a mental health institution in France, I think, like Ariel's or something. I have no idea what it's called. But yeah, and his older brother was sending him all like the money and supplies to make his paintings. Like, so he couldn't have done it without his older brother. But Van Gogh went to Japan, and like all of the stuff that he's super, super famous for is work that he has done being influenced from travels to Japan and looking at works of art from Japan. So stay with, like, you know, he's always had like the really thick style of painting, which is called like an impasto style, like painting wet oil on wet oil, not letting the sections dry. But then he kind of has like an outline or a graphic quality, which is super not on in the rules of art back in the day. But yeah, it's so funny, you know, like he was laughed at, like literally laughed at for showing his work. And then, you know, he passes away, time rolls on, and he's like the biggest artist, one of the biggest artists ever. So one of the great masters. Like, it's a pretty funny thing as well, like what you think of yourself at the time, but then what people are actually thinking of you as well. And I think that's an interesting thing. You know how you stress out about what people think of you, only to realize no one was really thinking about you at all the whole time. Like,
the ego.
Yeah, bro. And like, ego is something I've been trying to let go of as much as I can. And like we were talking about before with road rage, that's just all ego, right? Because you're like, oh, you cut me off, I'm gonna show you something. Like, You
Yeah.
know, like, and so that's a very interesting thing, I think.
Yeah, I agree. It's like fear and ego. It's a combination. They go together. Yeah, I think they go together.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no doubt. 'Cause
Yeah.
you get scared to protect your ego, so you act in bizarre ways that don't make sense.
Yeah, I think so much of our behaviour is fear-based. 100%.
Oh, dude.
You know?
Yeah.
So that's why, like, when you're in for me personally, like, crowded social situations give me a lot of anxiety. So I feel scared and I want to, like, either run away from that situation or just avoid a crowd. I don't like a little crowd. A crowd's even like, this is too many people for me.
Yeah,
like,
that's fair. There's a lot
no,
of
it's not that. But what I'm saying is, like, I just think that when you do face up to those sort of fears, like what you do, you know, you try to, like, you know, if someone's sort of giving you the cold sort of shoulder, you know, make a point, like, approach them with kindness and love. It's so fucking disarming.
Because I used to think, like, oh, this person, like, say you're anxious and you accidentally give someone the cold shoulder, but, you know, they just didn't know how to interact with you, but then you offer them a space to interact.
Oh, yes.
And that...
Drinks on demand.
And that can help. I feel like that really helps you make friends when you offer a space for people to get comfortable in with you. I think that's a pretty cool thing.
Dude, I don't know if you're cut out for being a high school art teacher.
Dude, I'm gonna fucking
thinking
perish, bro.
psychology.
I am, dude. I always wondered. I feel like the only thing I worry about is not being able to leave my shit at the door when you get home. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I'd still be like, oh man, like this poor little homie's suffering, and like this other person's going through some fucking crazy shit. Like,
would you say you're an empath?
I guess so. Yeah. So, yeah. What? Like, can you help me define an empath? Like, say you watch someone slam their face in, like, say someone just trips over trying to step up a gutter and they slam their face and everyone's laughing at them and no one wants to help them. You'd be the person who wants to help them because you're feeling for them in that situation or something.
Yeah,
like,
it's different to being, like, sympathetic. When you're empathetic, you're really putting yourself in the other person's shoes and really, like, feeling what they would feel.
Yeah.
And so it requires quite a high level of sensitivity, and then those people. And I think it's a superpower for people to be able to do that. I think, like, Mother Teresa, for example. I've never heard of her.
Dude, I've got a story
about Mother Teresa.
Well, it's not really a story, bro. Wait, the owner to the cafe of a cafe called Martin's Place in Thirroul.
Random,
bro. His name's Martin. He's the funniest guy ever. He literally puts like a statue of Buddha with, like, a Donald Trump Make America Great Again hat, like all this Donald Trump paraphernalia just to stir up the locals. But there's a photo of him on a film camera. He used to live in a commune in Delhi or Gandhi with Mother Teresa.
No shit.
Dude, it's fucking hilarious, bro.
But my point was that those people are very sensitive. So it's like that yin and the yang. Like, they can be really sensitive and kind and helpful, but then also they absorb a lot of pain and it's actually like this, like a burden they carry around, and it can wear them down. And I think, and if you can disassociate from the situations, I think that's a superpower.
Yeah, and something that I struggle with is to disassociate from such situations. I feel like I take on a little bit of that energy sometimes, and it can be a bit draining, you know. Like, but I don't know. Like, there's no other function that I have. Like, I don't know.
To say roll.
Yeah. I can't not give someone a hand, you know. Can't, you know. If I was in someone's house and they needed a hand, you can't not give another bloke a hand in his own house, you know what I mean? Like, helped him move a fridge or something. Like, but no, I think like the whole empathy thing, it can take a toll on you sometimes, like whether you realise it or not. And then, say you're empathetic with people that you need to be around 24/7, like say your best mates ever, like, but you're taking on a lot of their heavy shit. Like, a lot of my mates have been helping me through a lot, and I'm sure that's been a lot for them, and I can't thank them enough for, you know, like, being there for me. And even though I know it would have taken a lot of their energy to do that, like, to put their shit aside, but then
tough time when you're going through tough times.
Yeah, you know, you got people who could be empathetic for you. So even though it takes a lot to be empathetic, like, when it's your turn to receive some of that, you're like, oh shit, thank hell, like, you know, thanks so much, like, that this is here for me, like, you know. I think that a lot of people don't have friends that they can talk to. I didn't realize, like, it's kind of rare to have a big group of people that you can just, you know, be like, oh man, like, this shit's so hard right now. I mean, it would be I wish it was kind of normal enough to be sitting at like, you know, the pub with like a group of 10 people, like some you do know, some you don't know, and someone's like, oh, how you been? And you're like, oh, pretty shit. Just been like having some therapy and stuff. Been like seeing this person. It's been going all right. And like people are like, oh yeah, cool. Like, you know, I saw that person as well. Like, but no one really wants to have those discussions. Like they want to keep the mood up, you know, keep the energy high. Like, but I feel like that kind of shit brings a different energy to the table. Like, brings a very open space. Like, and I personally feel a bit more comfortable around maybe people who are a bit more empathetic.
Yeah, dude. They're your people, man.
Yeah.
Gotta choose your company wisely.
Yeah, no doubt, bro.
Listen, man, I don't, like, seriously, like, when can we talk about skateboarding?
Have we been talking for 55 minutes?
Yeah.
Dude, that went pretty quick. Well, did you have any questions about skating for me? There's been a lot going on.
Well, I want to talk about that backside tail slide you did at Fairy Meadow across the big ledge. I mean, for me personally this year, I mean, I know Sam Giles has done it.
Oh, yeah.
I actually filmed Sam doing it one day. It was just, for him, it was an iPhone throwaway clip, that guy. But, you know, you're goofy footer, so you came from the other way.
Yeah.
And for those that are unaware, it's quite a high ledge.
Yeah, it's like a little bit
almost waist high.
I think it's a like kind of mid-thigh high.
Mid-thigh high,
and
it's probably, in terms of length, what are we talking?
Be like 3 or 4 meters long.
Easy.
Yeah.
Over the manual pad.
Maybe 5 meters long.
Yeah, man. So how many shots did that take you?
Well, I actually tried it literally like this time last year, and I just couldn't get to the end. I couldn't hold the slide far enough. And then my mate Ty was like I just tried it once and it locked in really well. And Ty was like, yo, we're filming it now. Like we just did it on the iPhone. But yeah, I got it in like 6 tries. I think I got it in 3. I got one on the 3rd try, but like I came out of it a bit sloppy, and then we did another one that bounced out a bit more, and I was just like, yeah, let's keep it. Got it in like 6 tries, bro. It was sick.
It was so good.
Thanks, bro.
And then another thing you did this year was that half cab no slide 270 out.
Yeah, the one at Berkeley.
So going low, then dropping off high.
Oh, yeah.
But my question is, like, those 2 tricks were epic.
Thanks, bro.
But they were both in skate parks.
Yes.
Like, is that why you posted them on social media purely? Like, you do not think that they were actually worthy of an actual proper video clip?
Like, in all honesty, I was pretty psyched with both of those tricks. And I guess, like, you know, because we're working on a skate video at the moment. Like, Reese Kelly's been filming for Pack Lunch too. We got a lot of people in it, which is pretty exciting. But
no skate park footage?
There's not to my immediate knowledge. There certainly could be. But at the same time, I feel like I hadn't posted anything on Instagram in ages. I did want to post something, like, you know, chuck up a little skate trick, show people I'm still, you know,
relevant.
Yeah, show people my hips do not lie, you know. So I was trying to get out there and get a couple tricks, and just also remind myself that I can skate to go out there and get some serious tricks for the video part. So, but I feel like I feel like skate park footage, like, you could make a big edit just at the skate park, but sometimes I feel like the continuity of the skate part can be thrown off when there's skate park footage in, say, like, people are primarily skating a rough as hell London,
and then you chuck in a skate,
and then you chuck in Venice Beach skate park. You'd be like, oh, like, I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter, and it does depend on what the trick is. Like, if someone does something fucked up at the skate park, consider Oscar Rosenberg's footage. That's you know, he's a massive. Like, his ability to skate transition is psychotic. Like, so his primary footage is skate parks, transition, indoor parks, like vert ramps, like, which is still amazing to watch. But I feel like the continuity of a street part, it does something special when it's just strictly in the streets. Like, but yeah, that's just me personally.
Fair cool. So it's December 1st today. We're recording this,
shit.
and it's like, it's been a big year,
man.
You know, we've had a big few years in this country, and like, let's just like take the time to like maybe recap the year a little bit in terms of like, we'll start with skate stuff, but then maybe world stuff.
Dude, I love the Queen.
Okay, so like, in your opinion, like, who do you think's going to get SOTY this year?
Oh, I mean, bro, it might be controversial, but man, Nigel's parts were fucked up, dude. Like, it's hard, and I think Nigel cops a bad rap, but fuck, that dude puts in work, man. Dude. Like, honestly, like, I don't know many people as dedicated and Like, well, I mean,
That backside tail slide down that handrail is his ender.
oh, dude.
Are
And
you
then
kidding me?
So that's a shine on part, and then there's the need that part, which came out a couple days ago.
I haven't seen it yet.
Dude, it's 12 minutes.
Is it a rough cut?
It's 12 minutes of nah, dude. It's got 3 songs in the whole part.
Oh, what?
Dude,
how
he
have I
does
not
this.
seen this
He
yet?
does this crooked grind. It's like a handrail that has like a slight V shape to it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like it almost has a kink, but like a horizontal kink, so it hooks around a corner,
Hmm.
kind of like a curved ledge. And he does crooked grind, and then when it comes to the other section, he leans into it, does crook, and then like
Not around to backside lip
a
slide.
kind of just like I guess essentially like a nollie front 180 out, like the hard way. So
Onto the other part of the rail.
well, he
crooked grinds around the kink.
around the kink, and the way he leans into it lets him do like a kind of like a 180 out of the crooked grind. But man, the control is on another level. But at the same time, Deeds, man, his HVVS part or HHVS part, can't remember. It came out real recently. That's fucked off,
Is
dude.
it?
And Deeds, like, because it's say with Nigel, you know, the tricks he's doing, the caliber of them is on another level, right? Like they're almost godlike and robotic. But sometimes I find a more pleasurable viewing from someone like Deeds, whose caliber of skating is still incredibly high, but it's like a bit more playful, creative look at
The
it.
aesthetics better.
Yeah, I guess if you were to look at it like an artwork, I appreciate the visuals a bit more of say someone like Deeds. I really love. I don't know if I feel like Bobby DeKeyser brought out a new part this year as well. I swear to God he did, because he's one of my favorites. But in the regards of Soddy, I don't know. There's just. I honestly haven't been keeping up enough in the last like 4 months. Like,
You don't just sit in the skate shop watching skate videos all day, because that's what skate shop employees do.
but I'm always chucking on the old vintage numbers. Like, well, I guess Minefield's not really that. Oh, what's Minefield? 2001?
Yeah,
I think?
Workshop.
Yeah,
Dude, did you
Minefield,
listen to the Rob
Footwear.
Dyrdek podcast on the Nine Club?
No, dude, I haven't. Yeah.
That guy's amazing, dude.
Dude, he's so interesting, bro.
He's interesting.
Have you seen that?
Love him or hate him, he's interesting.
dude. And I mean, he's a smart dude. He's
Smart.
a businessman. Like a lot of these
Entrepreneur.
You know, like Mikey Taylor cops a lot of fleck, but he's just moved into a different field of interest. Like, you know, he's still an amazing skater. Like, you know, I understand he's like pushing for the money and stuff. And
Yeah.
but you got to do what you got to do sometimes as well. But at the
We
same
can't-
time,
what are they supposed to do? Just be a poor skater their whole life?
it just, I guess life just doesn't work that way. And when you're grommy, you're like, I'm gonna be a pro skater. I'm gonna, you know, just skate literally for the rest of my life and get paid to do it. And then you get older and you're like, oh, even if I can do that, like I have to blow up that hard to generate enough income to comfortably live out my life. So what else can I do?
But I was listening to Rob Dyrdek and his just approach to life, and how he's all about life optimization. He has literally every minute of every day planned out and stuff. And but the way he explains it, it's like, oh man, I'm blowing it. Like I'm blowing my life.
Oh, like you feel that way? Sorry?
Yeah, I was listening to him going, what am I doing? I'm wasting, like, because let's think, what he talks about is like our most valuable resource, our most valuable commodity is time. It's the only thing that's finite that we can't get back. You can't buy it back, all that sort of stuff. Like you've only got a limited amount of it. So he's like, that's worth more than money. So I'm going to optimize that as much as possible. And the way he breaks it down, I'm just sort of like, oh shit, I'm blowing
You gotta
life.
step it up to the Rob
blowing it.
Dyrdek tier.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair.
But I don't know. It's like, it's pretty full on too.
Oh, and I guess it's a thing of like, is that, you know, are you, because like, I guess I have thought about that kind of stuff before. Like, how do I optimize my time since it is so precious? Like, but, you know, like I do really like the thing of, you know, like enjoyably wasting my time. Like, bro, sitting by the beach and like having a coffee.
Called being present.
And I guess,
Yeah.
dude, man, like, sitting with some mates by the water, like smoking a doob and having a coffee or a beer or something, like talking shit. It's pretty special. Like, I'm so lucky to grow up in such a sheltered place like New South Wales, particularly Thirroul. Man,
Yeah, it's good times.
shit's been easy, bro.
Yeah. So what do you reckon? What would you say the video part of the year is for you?
Oh man, video part, like it would have to be either
Deeds.
Deeds or, man, the Sunday, is it called Love You Lots? I think it's called, I swear to God it's called Love You Lots. I don't know why, but it's a new Sunday video. Nick Stepanovic has like the last little part in it. Bro, I don't know where the spot is, but he does like ollie up, big flip over this gap, and it is fucked up. And I remember watching Nick Stepanovic when I was a Grommy at Waterloo, like, you know, almost too scared to skate, like, because everyone was just shredding so hard. And I hadn't seen any Nick Stepanovic footage in ages, so it was really cool to see that. But, you know, what George Kasoulis is doing, like, he's really pushing Sunday in a really awesome direction, like, and the team that they have is fucking sick, man.
Okay.
Like, it's such a core team. But that video, I swear it was called, like, by Sunday, Love Your Lots.
Yeah.
That video was amazing. Not necessarily a part, but just, you know, good, like, 15-minute banger.
Nice, man. Yeah. That's cool. I like it. And, dude, I want to ask you this one. This is a hard one. Like, trick of the year.
Oh, dude. Trick of the year. I mean, you know what?
Too hard.
You know what? Was it this year that Nick Garcia put out that flowers for mum part?
I think it was last year.
Oh, dude, if it was this year, Nick Garcia does a trick on a picnic bench where he, like, you know, he's standing in like a skiing, like in a parallel skiing stance on the board. Like, you know, he's got his front feet hanging over the side so he can grip the board and almost do like a bunny hop with it.
Yeah.
Bunny hops up onto a picnic table into 50-50 and then flips out.
Oh, right.
It's fucking hilarious, bro. Like,
I don't know. I sometimes think it's contextual as well. So, like, one that stands out for me is Kieran Woolley at, I think it's FDR. Is it FDR?
Is that the 5-0?
And he does the 5-0 around that over the bowl and then down that
the crunchy escalator, bro.
which had never even been looked at. I don't think it had even been considered.
And it's like...
But he did it in front of a couple of thousand people under that pressure.
Dude.
I don't know.
I would
That's
suffer
pretty
under the pressure, bro. Like, it's insane to have that. And it's not even like a competitive ability, but to, like, be able to tune everyone out and just be like, all right, let's get the trick, this try right here, like, you know, and then you come back to it and everyone's like, ooh, like, it'd be fucking pretty cool, man. But yeah, that, and I like the fact that he's just from, you know, Minamara, like, king, bro.
Dude.
It's wild. That's a good pickup. I like that one. And a transition trick as well.
Yeah.
That's, man. No doubt.
That's what I mean too. Like, I love watching street skating, that's it. And then when I do see training bowls and stuff, I'm like, oh, that's rad, but I'm kind of like, it's still not as impressive. But
that kind of approach to transition skating, like
that was
speed,
different. It's to be different.
100%, yeah, no doubt.
I was at Berkeley today and his brother turned up, Dan, and he did, like, second shot, he did a backside 270 board slide down the rail.
The lip, 270 out.
270 out.
Full 720 combo.
720 combo.
Have you
seen him do that?
Only on Instagram. That young man is so
live,
organised.
and I'm just like...
I'm so excited to see both of them just blossom into absolute weapons. Like,
different styles.
Which
massively,
is awesome. Like,
yeah.
you know, Kieran's
It's
a
so
transition
street.
counterpart to Dan, right? Like, I don't really know either of them very well, but they seem like real good guys as well.
Just dedicated.
Yeah, I think they got some good guidance and whatnot as well. So
just watching Dan today, I kind of felt a Niger vibe in terms of, like, just so precise
and consistent.
And consistent.
The consistency is
almost
disturbing,
verging on, like, robotic. You know, like, but not in a bad way. It's just like, wow, like, it's on another level.
And like, say with Nigel, you know, he's always got, like, the hell skins on, like, you know, matching, like, workout shorts and top, but like
it kills it
for
me.
Yeah, no, it's
sorry,
and it's a funny thing. Like,
but imagine Nigel in a pair of Dickies cut off.
Oh, but I think there's a couple memes of him, you know, in like a hell baggy, like, last resort shirt and like polar big boys, and then, like, you know, some Converse, like, Chuck Taylor All Stars, like, and bro, his steez would be off the charts, lad. Like,
yeah,
dude,
I don't know, but I mean, you remember Dreadlock Nigel?
Oh, dude, when he was a little grommy.
Yeah, I mean, that was pretty... Like, I loved that.
That was sick, because he was, like, baggy pants, baggy Element shirt, like, you know, just, like, looked like a chiller, but was actually just detonating, like, going so hard. Like, at that, to be 11... Wait, how old was he when he went pro? 11?
Something
I'm pretty sure it was 11 when he went
something
pro.
Stupid like that.
And, like, man, I don't... Like, who else has gone pro at that age?
I don't know.
I don't know anyone who's gone pro. Maybe me.
Maybe. I don't know, man. Anyway.
Dude.
Yeah, but anyway, what a year.
Dude.
I don't know. I'm kind of feeling like I might make this the last podcast for the year.
For the year, yeah, and then start fresh.
Come
2020.
back January.
Bro, you have been doing for 3 years an episode every goddamn week. That is fucking respectable, bro.
It's a bit
Well,
much.
it's not just weird. It's powerful, bro. It's wild.
Powerful.
The consistency is ruthless, lad. You are non-stop dedicated to your podcast. Like, but I think the thing is like if someone discovers your podcast, you've got that many episodes they can just chain through while you slowly release. You don't have to. You could do it once a month instead of once a week or something. There's so many ideas you could work with.
No, there's something about the weekly thing that, it does so much for my life in terms of it actually gets me really organised. It gives me a deadline every week.
That's a good thing.
But also I never really thought I'd be doing it this long. I actually set out, I'm just going to do 10 episodes and then I'm done.
Yeah.
And then episode 10 was that Australian Olympic swimmer Michael Klim.
Oh, sick.
And then I went from having like 10 listens a week. And then he came on and he had a bit of a following. Wasn't even related to anything I'm into. Just talked about Olympic swimming and being an Australian icon or whatever. And I've got some hecklers at the window.
Got some voyeurs.
Anyway, but I think it's still waving at you.
Hi guys.
Anyway, I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just rambling.
No, you were talking about you were just up to your 10th episode. You only had a few listeners and Olympic swimmer Michael someone. You did that, and then it boosted your views up real hard, and that whetted your appetite.
I just think too, like a lot comes out of it for me, and then I'm realizing more and more like the feedback I get that it's the only thing I've ever done in my life that I feel like it's actually giving back a little bit and gives me a sense of purpose because I feel like it reduces isolation for some people.
And it would get people out, like you'd be like, yo, we're doing a podcast in 2 weeks, and someone would be like, yeah, for sure. And then on the day they'd be like, oh, I don't want to do anything. Like, oh shit, wait a second.
No, for the listeners, for a listener, because they've got something to listen to and connect to.
I mean,
so,
and that's a nice thing, bro.
It's a content-rich world we live in.
Dude, it is. And that's the thing, people want content, right? They want consistency of content. Like, they want to be stimulated, like, a lot, all the time. So it does make it difficult for when you can start and stop and have a break, come back in strong. Like,
it's true, bro.
But,
it's true.
Man, Christmas is coming up, bro. You've got,
chill. But anyway, how are you feeling right now? You had enough?
I know you got a couple more questions, though.
I want to wrap it up.
No, lad, we're pulling an all-nighter, bro. 3-hour Christmas special, lad.
3 hours?
Yeah, dude.
Dude, you're really saying, is there any pizza left?
Dude, there's heaps of pizza. There's a drink in the fridge for you.
What sort of drink?
Dude, I'm so sorry. I don't actually know if there's any pizza left.
What?
Dude, it would be cold by now anyway. You wouldn't
I'll
like
eat cold pizza.
Dude, man, I actually can't eat cold food.
Yeah.
Like, that's supposed to be hot. Stir fry, cold pizza, cold curry. Fuck no.
I'm just looking at that FA board behind you, the gold one, the Dharma one with the Buddhist. Man, that thing's beautiful. And then the one next to it's another FA board. Is that Michael Jackson is that a picture of Michael Jackson passing a joint across? It is, isn't it?
It's not. It's actually Kevin Bradley and Nikel, I think.
Do you remember that famous moment in time when Michael Jackson had his baby and hung it off the balcony?
Dude, holy fuck.
That's what I thought it was mimicking. That was weird.
Dude, I totally forgot about that. That was fucking a bit touch and go, bro.
It was touch and go.
Dude.
Sketch.
Man.
Anyway.
But I must say, if I was to have a favourite Australian skater of the year,
who would it be?
It would be Ben Laurie, no doubt, bro.
Ben Laurie?
Yeah, Lincoln Square, man.
Okay.
That Melbourne homie, he is psychotic. I don't think he'd been skating for a bit, and then he came back and just switchback tailed this crazy outledge. Like, man, it was ruthless. I was so impressed.
Yeah. What's going on down in Melbourne?
There's something in the water. I think they got like real cheap margaritas down there. So all the Melbourne homies just get on the margies and go skate.
Really?
I hope so. I kind of made it up, but
Did you make that up?
I did, but it would be sick if it was true.
It's very creative of you to think of that.
Dude, shout out to GYG Frozen Margies.
GYG.
Dude,
are they good, are they?
Man, that is the juice, bro.
Is it?
Oh my God, dude.
Cheap?
Dude, it's $9.30 for a frozen margie, but I think they got 1.5 standards in there, so it's very reasonable. Like, after a skate, like on a hot summer night, a burrito and a frozen margie is fucking
good times.
Delightful.
Yeah. Jeez, sounds good. Well, listen, man, I think we should wrap it up.
That was a real good yarn, though. I think we wanted to ask some particular questions, but we just kind of talked about life and mental health, but that's kind of how it is, right?
Yeah, I was really like hoping it was just going to be a skate episode, but it wasn't a skate episode at all. But thanks.
Maybe we need to do another more skatey one down the track.
Yeah, man. There's always time for that.
We tried, bro.
I don't know. Anyway, you know what? I was thinking today because I've been really reflective today because it's like the 1st of December. I'm like, oh, the year's over. Dude. And I'm like, I'll be honest, like I haven't really talked about the COVID stuff on here very much, but I was just thinking how I'm just perplexed at how quickly everybody has forgotten
fully
about it.
Bro.
It's like, it's finished now. It's okay.
100%.
There's no restrictions whatsoever.
Yep.
But like, we just forgot that for 2.5 years our life was hell.
And millions of people died.
I can't fucking believe it.
Like,
and we just forgot.
And because you want to, because it's easy to forget, right? And just...
It's that trauma on a societal level.
Well, man, potentially. I mean, think about like the Depression and the Black Plague, and I'm sure that would have created some sort of, you know, like ripple effect of trauma through general societies of wherever they've been affected. Like, yeah, dude, no doubt. That's
interesting.
I like that idea, bro.
Yeah, man. I don't know. So I don't want to sound too negative, but that was going through my head today. We forget.
It's a pretty interesting point, bro.
Yeah.
And I mean, with, you know, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, you can just scroll those things straight out of your brain, bro. Straight into the funny, like, cat videos and videos going, oh.
You can scroll that out of your brain. It's so addictive. Like, they're modern-day cigarettes.
Yeah, dude. Oh,
like,
bro.
I'm addicted to the fucking shit.
Man,
sorry for swearing.
I'll just message someone back on Instagram, and all of a sudden I've spent 25 minutes like looking at the reels. But man, Instagram knows me too well, bro. They give me the funniest shit. I cannot stop watching. Dude, it's hard, bro.
They've got you programmed.
Dude, they've got me dialed, bro. That's wild.
And I just think that's all social media should be. It's just like funny cat memes. I follow Costanzagrams, you know, George Costanza.
No,
best.
bro. Of course I know Costanza.
Just things from like little like clips from Seinfeld. Ooh. Costanza being George Costanza. That's all. If you use social media for anything more serious than that, well, I don't know.
It's hard. And man,
I promote the podcast on it. That's it.
But it's a helpful tool, and it's a helpful tool for artists as well. Like there's a whole there's whole discourse about how artists should and shouldn't use Instagram. I remember when I was we'd be at the pub after art school, right? Mm-hmm. And someone would be like, "Oh, check out this artwork I did." I'd be like, "Oh, that's sick," and they're like, "Yeah, it's nice, but like I wouldn't put it on Instagram." And I'm like, Instagram doesn't care about your art.
No.
Like, you should do it because you like it, kind of thing. But it's just this whole concept of like, oh, it's not good enough for social media. I want particular recognition, so I won't share this with anyone because I don't think it's good enough. Which is pretty fucking random.
It is random. Anyway, you probably want to get to the party that's happening outside.
Oh, dude, man, everyone's getting down outside.
It's great.
They're playing Rick Ross Hustling. Like, dude, it's wild.
What's Rick Ross Hustling?
It's a song by Rick Ross called Hustling.
Never heard it. How's it go?
Dude. Man, I couldn't dare imitate the powerful track. But I don't know if you remember this. Tori Pudwell skates to it in Hallelujah, Transworld video, Hallelujah.
Oh, right.
And it was actually just used in Nigel Houston's new Need That Pump.
Oh, I didn't know that. Dude, that's bad etiquette. Dude, you don't double up on the music video, on the music of a skate video.
And that's an ender part as well. Oh, no. No, I'm wrong. What is that? The morning... T-Pud song from Transworld Hallelujah is The Morning Benders. I can't remember what the song's called, but it's by The Morning Benders, and they changed their name. But
excuse me.
I know that T-Pud's has that song, Rick Ross Hustling. But, dude, the party is live outside, bro.
You want to get to it?
Dude,
you want to get to
it?
Get out there.
Everyone's cracking beers, bro.
You want to get out there?
But this has been a really nice chat, bro. That went honestly so quickly because we were like, yep, we'll talk about skating, immediately got into like weed and mental health, and then it's been an hour 20 already.
Yes, and I ask all guests to come to the podcast with a cause they want to support or advocate for. And we've been talking a lot about mental health, so give me something that's mental health related.
Man,
boom.
The only thing off the top of my head is like, you know, Beyond Blue and things like that. I think I actually mentioned that last time as well on the podcast. But
it's a good one.
You know what? I honestly don't know. I mean, just hit your mates up as well, like and seek, you know, psychological help if you need it. If you can access a psych, you should be going. Like, you know, I think it's like there's people who need it and they don't have access to it. So
true.
if you can talk, you know, reach out to anyone, they'll help
Yeah,
you.
or support local organisation. Talk to me, bro. They're doing good things in
Yep.
suicide
Yeah.
prevention. It's not just for dudes; it's for girls as well. They do awesome things. They meet up every Friday and have an ice bath and a coffee afterwards. So
That sounds nice.
get onto talktomebro.com. All right, are we done?
I reckon we can call it.
Yes. Should we play the porno outro music or the?
Dude.
Because that's I've been thinking about transitioning to that,
Kind
but
of like
nah.
the porno one, though.
This one. No, that's not it. This one. No, that's not it. This one.
That's got to be
Yes.
70s porno.
Yes. No, it's gone. I'm not using it. Never. All right, Marlon, man. Love you, buddy.
Love you, boss.